Was the Velvet Underground some happy accident for him, something that he could work into his grandiose schemes, you know, for the show? Would another band have done just as well? I don't think another band would have done just as well. That at that time we seemed uniquely suited for each other.
He's down on the cover of the Banana album as its producer. What did that mean? Presumably he didn't have much musical input.
Well, the advantage of having Andy Warhol as a producer was that because he was Andy Warhol, they left everything in its pure state. And they would say, "Is that okay, Mr. Warhol?" And he'd say, "Oh, yeah." And so they didn't change anything. And so right at the very beginning, we experienced what it was like to be in the studio and record things our way and have essentially total freedom. The record company never listened to the records in the first place, so they came out exactly like they'd been made. And we got to experience that freedom, but the only real reason I think we had that freedom is because Andy, as the quote producer, was saying, "Oh, that's great." And they say, "Oh, well, should we do this and that too?" He said, "Oh no, you should, it's really great."
So he was a catalyst.
He was a protector.
But he was more of a catalyst than anything else. You know, he understood exactly what we were about and what our creative side was all about and how best to bring that out. And gave us a lot of support. I mean, I doubt that Lou would have continued investigating song subjects like he did without having some kind of outside support for that approach other than myself. I mean, I think it was just basically Andy and I who really encouraged that side of a literary endeavor.
Did Warhol like your music?
I don't know that you can really use those words. I don't know if Andy really liked any music. I think he kind of liked company and liked the kind of company that the music would bring and enjoyed all this variety of personages that would show up at mix and match, and it was the color of it all, the fiesta that he got from it.
The show that we did with Andy, you know, Exploding Plastic Inevitable, you say, well, what exactly is that? Well, that's some phony band that phony painter, you know, cooked up in New York. What did we gain? Well, we gained all of his enemies. The people who thought he was a faker, you know, thought we were fakers. So we gained all of that. And we did have an opportunity for wider exposure. As a complete non-entity, wishing that we could, you know, play for an audience once in a while, I think what we had to look forward to was playing in small clubs in you know, run-down, you know, Greenwich Village areas, not uptown slick clubs. We'd be down in these, you know, funky tourist traps.
We were known in parts of New York. It was an interesting conglomeration. We were known all the way downtown, and then a lot of the uptown people came to it because it was a very she thing to be at. It was like, it was a curious time in those times because there was this great democracy about it. There was people from all different stratas were mingling, much to their dismay and fun. I mean, there was a real crossover of classes, so to speak. I mean, they say there's no class structure in America, but there is. It's just based on money, not titles and all that. People don't care about that. It's just money. You have money, you're a big shot. You don't have money, fuck you. You know, that's the end of it. But in this, it was like this real crossover. The people who were missing from it would be everything else in between.